Yes, welcome to yet another interesting chapter, that is chapter 4, under the theme numbers. The topic of our discussion this time around developed more knowledge about it. So upon successful completion of this chapter, you should be able to draw and label the Cartesian plane. You should be able to identify the x and y axes. You should be able to read and plot points on the Cartesian plane. Sometimes they call it the coordinate grid, and you should be able to complete shapes on coordinate grids. You will be given points, or you will have a coordinate grid that is having plotted points, and you should be able to connect the points to come up with different shapes. So lastly, you should be able to choose and use appropriate scale for bivariant data. So in our introduction, normally in our daily life, location of different items is normally done. For example, groceries in shops and books in a library can be located according to their positions in the shelves. Towns or anything else on the surface of the earth can be located using the lines of latitudes and longitudes. These lines, if we talk of latitudes, they are the imaginary lines that run from east to west, whereas if somebody talks of lines of longitudes, he or she is meaning the imaginary lines that are running from north to south. Then we normally use the Cartesian coordinate system, and so the Cartesian coordinate system is the most accurate way of locating places or points wherever they are located. So the Cartesian coordinate system uses two axes as lines of reference, just like latitudes and longitudes. So on your right, on the right side of your screen, you see some model. That model is trying to represent the Cartesian plane, and the Cartesian plane has some components. We have the y-axis having both positive side and the negative side. The negative side is the one that points downwards, and then the positive side is the one that points upwards, or somebody can say pointing in the north. We have the x-axis. The x-axis has two sides, the negative x-axis and the positive x-axis. So the positive x-axis points in the direction of east, whereas the negative x-axis points in the direction of west. So normally we shall come across many circumstances or situations where we shall have to clearly understand what has been given in order to trace or to locate certain points. So in our next meeting, we shall look more, or we shall go deep into the coordinate systems. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Next video is loading soon.